certified real.
Hey, I'm a little excited.
You heard it here first. Certified real. Airborne.
You are now listening to Real Talk Podcast.
This is certified.
Welcome back, Real Talk. It's your favorite host here. You got myself, X, Beasley, the newcomer, Jen, Terrell, and Gills. We got a dope one for you today. I'm excited for this conversation. The conversation that we had prior, I know Jen is definitely excited. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. We're going to be talking about our top 4 films of 2021. What is your top 4 best favorite films of 2021? So I'm just going to dive straight into it. Jen, what's your top 4?
Okay, so my top 4 this year, I picked Spencer. I don't know if anybody knows, but Spencer is about Princess Diana with Kristen Stewart. That was really, really good. That's my favorite. I saw that at an independent cinema. That was really good. Then I picked The Green Knight by David Lowry. Don't know if anybody else picked that. It is based off a King Arthur story, and I'm all about people of color taking away roles from white people, and Dev Patel did that, so I'm rooting for him. Then I picked a movie that I'm excited to see that has not come out yet, called The Tragedy of Macbeth, where Denzel Washington is going to be the star, and once again, I'm about Black people taking roles from white men, so I'm 100% rooting for him in all forms. Then I was down to 2 choices, either Dune or The Last Duel, but I'm probably going to pick Dune because I love Timothée Chalamet and I love Zendaya. So those are my top 4.
All right.
Good choice.
Your top 4 is definitely out there. I want to say that.
Because I wanted to see Spencer. I still haven't seen it yet. So
it's good. It's really, really good. I was really surprised that Kristen Stewart did that. I was not expecting her to pull that.
I heard she transformed. She
transformed from those Twilight days. She has grown and grown. So I'm waiting for her to get that Oscar.
All right, Beasley, what you got? Let's hear your top 4.
All right. So we got Judas and the Black Messiah. I think everybody pretty much.
Is that your number 1?
It's not my. I don't know. I just wrote them all down.
All right,
I'm just putting them out. No particular order. But I would say out of my list, yeah, I'll go with that one as the top one on my list out of the ones I named. And then my I'll say number 2 would be Harder They Fall. And then number 3, Fatherhood. And number 4, Cherry. I don't know if y'all saw that one.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Did I see that?
With Tom Holland?
I still haven't seen it. Is it still on Apple?
Oh, okay. I did see it.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh, okay, bet.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised at that one, bro. I'm not going to lie.
What you mean?
I'm surprised at Cherry. I don't know, son. I thought
I
was surprised with Jim, but I'm definitely surprised with you on that Cherry shit.
No, so the part of it was, seeing Tom Holland in a different character other than a quirky laugh.
Right, I'm with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? So when I sat down to watch it, and then even 5 minutes in, you're sucked in.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
I can see that. I feel
like my top 4 is super basic now. Like I gotta.
All right, so let's hear it. You brought it up. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Gills. What's your top?
I feel you, Gills.
I feel you. Yeah, I want to. Can we redo this? All right. No. So naturally, starting off Judas and the Black Messiah. Then I went Harder They Fall. Then I went A Quiet Place Part 2. And then Raya and the Last Dragon. So.
Yo. It's crazy because I got so many on my honorable mentions, and Raya and the Last Dragon is definitely on my honorable mentions.
I forgot about that one.
It was fire. That film was actually pretty fire.
Yeah.
It was.
Terrell, let's get it. Top 4.
Oh, man. I struggled picking my top 4 because I feel like my top 4 is a no-brainer. And then I had all these other ones that I really wanted to put to the top 4.
No, I know. Villanueva's in there somewhere, so.
Oh, man.
Cario Part 4.
Dune for sure.
All right, so we got Candyman as number 1.
Number 1. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm not mad at that.
It's in the 4. I haven't really put any of them in a particular order.
Mm-hmm.
And another one I like was King Richard. That's definitely up there. In my opinion, I feel like, Will Smith bodied the living fuck out of that role. He needs an Oscar.
Facts.
And then, of course, The Harder They Fall. I got to add that up there. Black Western. That's different. It's fresh. All-star cast. They killed it all across the board. And, oh, man.
Magic Mike 2. 3.
No, put it out, man. Let's go.
All right. Number. I'm gonna just go with Without Remorse.
I knew you was gonna do that. I knew we had to be.
Wait, why don't I know that one? Who's that?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
That's
Michael B. Jordan had to make it on the list somehow.
I feel like Judas and the Black Messiah was too easy. I feel like that was too easy. So Without Remorse, if you haven't seen it, Michael B. Jordan obviously is phenomenal.
Okay, but hold on. You said it's too easy, as in it's just too obvious of a pick. Like, is that what you meant?
Because if you want to keep it all the way 1,000, Candyman, The Harder They Fall, Judas and the Black Messiah, King Richard, Fatherhood is like, the easy top films to pick here. I would just reach in and do something a little different.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Without Remorse, I mean, I'm a big fan of Taylor Sheridan's writing anyway. He wrote Sicario, so I already knew this film was gonna be fire.
Yeah, that's why I knew that was gonna be a pick.
And the action wasn't like OD. It was like, suspense built action, and I appreciate that kind of filmmaking. So that's why I went.
I'm not mad at it. So my top 4, I kind of wanted to throw a wrench in there because I had a couple of. I was like torn between movies like I really truly enjoyed, but it didn't necessarily have like the elements to be like a good story, good acting, stuff like that. But like off the rip, I'm gonna go Candyman number 1, The Harder They Fall number 2. Then I started to battle with my last 2, because I wanted to put the Tomorrow War in there so bad because I was a big fan of the creatures and stuff like that. But I just went with King Richard, and then my number 4, I'm gonna put The Mitchells versus the Machines. Have y'all seen that on Netflix?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Honestly, like they took animation to a whole nother level. Like as of right now, obviously Disney, Pixar is bodying that, but the detail that was in The Mitchells versus the Machines is too fire that it had to be at least top 4 of this year.
Was it funny?
Hilarious. My son watched that movie like 6 times back to back to back. You put that on, it's over. It's over. He's not doing nothing. That movie's fire. The detail is incredible.
I can't lie. I don't think the plot did it for me. I was like slightly bored halfway through. Like I thought it looked good. It did look good, but just some part of it, I was like, okay.
I don't know if I can accept that from you.
That's why
I love animated movies.
I seen The Green Knight. That's a pretty boring movie.
No, that movie is.
Exactly. I seen The Green Knight.
That movie is.
And that was pretty boring.
That movie is hard. That movie.
There's no way. It was hard. It was great.
I haven't seen Green Knight yet.
It's great acting. Acting was A1. The story was A1. But as in, like it not being a boring film. That is no way that I can say that movie's not boring. Just like Doom.
Thought it was boring. No,
Doom was pretty boring too. Or first rip.
Right. Let's not get crazy here. I don't want to act right here.
So we moving
into Jen. You're talking to a guy who doesn't like suspense build action.
We're moving. Yo, Dune had suspense and no action, but we're moving into the segment of the show where we're gonna try to come together. That's a terrible point. We're trying to come together where we're creating the top 4 or 5 lists of the year for Real Talk Podcast. And I just wanted to off the rip eliminate 2 of your top 4. So we not.
Go ahead. I know you're gonna cut me out. That's because you're a hater.
Yep. I'm glad you know. Already.
No way we sat here and was like, she said right. Doom. We was like, oh yeah. That's definitely top 5 for this year. No, we did not do that. Y'all did that? I'm the only one that want to say it.
What?
All right, whatever.
You hated
That's
Dune?
what's that.
I like Dune, so I can't really say nothing. So
Well,
Yeah,
we know you like Doom.
Yeah,
so
we know you
I
like
don't know.
Oh,
Dune,
yeah.
bro.
look, I got the Prisoners poster right here. I got
Another
Sicario
boring-ass
right
movie.
here.
Yeah.
See, this nigga's a hater. He's a hater, bro.
Yeah.
I see
He's a
that.
hater.
Okay, Judas and the Black Messiah has my vote for number one. That's me. I'm saying that. I don't know if y'all want to go down the panel. So,
But this is why I wanted to start at the bottom and go up.
look, but the bottom's gonna be more. It's gonna be more complicated. You're gonna have a longer
This
conversation.
seemed to be just as complicated.
No, you made
But
it.
let's start. I didn't make it complicated. I was just trying to get a point across.
making it complicated. But okay.
All right, so Judas and the Black Messiah is the first one that we voted on, right? There's
I would put that as my number 2. Terrell, you
What's your
putting that
number
at 2?
Yeah, I have The Harder They Fall at number 1.
Okay.
Falls number 1.
Yeah.
I got The Harder They Fall at number 1 also.
So I got one vote for number one. Reggie
We're
got
split.
another
We're split
vote.
down the middle, bro. Because she didn't.
Okay.
What would you say your number 1 is? It's not neither The Harder They Fall or The Black Messiah.
For me, it's gonna be Spencer.
But which would you rank higher out of those two?
I prefer Judas and the Black Messiah.
Have you seen The Harder They Fall?
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm not a Western person. So like,
Judas and the Black Messiah is one.
But
That's it.
So then The Harder They Fall is 2.
I guess.
Sure.
So what we got at 3. Honestly, would say Candyman is my number 3 because that's probably the most artistic horror film I've ever watched. They literally took the elements that you would see in suspense thrillers, comedies, action movies, dramas. They took those type of elements and created a horror film with those elements, including using, political issues like police brutality. And it's just along the lines of things that I feel like us as Black creators have been limited on doing for so long.
So that has your vote for number 3. Did anybody vote for King Richard as number 3?
I was going to, but nah, because I compared the two just now, and
It's tough.
yeah, because and what Beasley was saying before, I don't know if it was Beasley or if it was Gills. Will Smith really carried the performance in that film, like he carried it heavy.
Mm-hmm.
That I can understand. I think that's what put it under Candyman for me. But that doesn't negate the fact that it's still a powerful movie with powerful messages, powerful story. Everything was done well.
So I got a question then.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that was the purpose of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
I feel like it was geared. They created this film, King Richard, to
showcase.
I'm not saying the cast wasn't great, but to say that Will Smith, I feel like they put him in position to do that. Like I feel like that's how the script was written. That's what they wanted. It wasn't like a movie where you have like a side character and that side character just stole the show and was the best actor at that point, kind of carried that movie. The only reason why I watched it was because this particular character, this particular actor was great. I feel like usually we use that example or that reasoning for films like that. But to sit down, for example, I could sit here and say, what's the movie with Denzel, Blue Magic? With the drugs, I forget the name.
American Gangster.
Yeah, man. I feel like I could say the same thing about American Gangster. Like Denzel carried the movie, but the movie was geared for him to carry that film. You know what I'm saying?
It don't always work that way. Sometimes movie.
Wait, Denzel carried that? I don't know. I wouldn't say.
I would say Denzel carried that movie.
Why you was looking at Russell Crowe? Like what?
Yeah.
Why, you laughing, but why wasn't I wasn't saying Russell Crowe carried it, but I wouldn't say Russell Crowe didn't hold his own.
It wasn't T.I. It wasn't Idris Elba. It
was a couple of hitters, not heavy hitters. But it was a couple of hitters.
She would tell Ejiofor did his thing, but no, he wasn't outshining Denzel.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the movie was geared for Will Smith to carry the film.
It don't always work that way. Because even the wife stole some scenes in that movie too. So she did a thing too. It's like it's possible.
Yeah, but I personally don't think. Okay, I personally don't think Will Smith carried the movie. Because I think there was times, like you said, where he wasn't even the best actor in the scene. Like you said, when the daughter, I just don't think he wasn't always the best performer on the screen, right? So I don't necessarily think he carried the movie. But I'm just saying, if you're using that example, I think it's a little bit weak because the movie was kind of written in a way where it's all about his character. So him having a strong performance is what they expected and what they wanted, and he delivered, if that makes sense.
Nah, I'm not rolling with you. I think sometimes like it's designed for you to carry the movie, but it doesn't mean you can't. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have people that, just like you said, the people that
yes, I'm not arguing that. I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. What I'm saying is that the movie was geared, whether it was going to work or not going to work, it was kind of geared to for him to do it, and he delivered. So it's kind of hard to use that against him in a way. Now, if he didn't deliver, like if he fell through and it just wasn't a great performance, like how what people are saying with concussion.
Yeah.
Right. So that makes sense to have that argument while you would drop him, like, all right, now, like blah, blah, blah. But to say that he did his job the way he was supposed to do his job, so I'm hurting him for that, it just seems off to me about it.
No, he has the majority of the screen time on that movie. I'm not debating that. Like, I haven't seen Spencer, but like Jen, if you say Kristen Stewart carried that movie, and then that she had the majority of the screen time, I'm not gonna disagree with you. Like, but I'm sure there was some scenes that somebody did something, that just to be like, oh, yo, who's this? Or am I off?
I'm not even putting that against Will Smith, or I'm not hurting the fact that that I'm putting it under Candyman. I'm putting it under Candyman because I felt like Candyman had so much more
going for it,
things stacked on top of it. Leaving a possibility of a universe of different Candymans to come about. Having the puzzle, no, not the puzzle pieces, the puppet, the idea of somebody pulling the strings, the special effects. I don't even have to mention that. Just going against regular horror tropes. Mm-hmm. And then Yahya, of course, he did his thing. Coleman Domingo is the GOAT. Everybody know that. Candyman, but. Yeah, the dude is
he mastered his voice. You heard that? Just like him, son.
Been practicing.
Coleman Domingo, he's a goat.
I have a question. So, do any of us deter from Candyman? I feel, Jen. I think you. Why wouldn't you put him in at 3? Why wouldn't you put Candyman at 3?
Okay, something about Candyman didn't really hit for me. I know you guys are talking about special effects being good. But I'm gonna feel I argue that I thought the bees could have looked a little better. I just thought it looked like CGI. I was like, this doesn't look real, and I feel like they could have done a better job. I thought some of the blood was kind of like on the windows and the walls. I was like, oh, it's looking a little like paint. So
okay. So
on the original, homeboy was really getting stung.
Yes,
the original.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I mean, obviously, I know times have changed. We have more abilities, so I was just a little unimpressed with the CGI. I thought the acting was good. Yahya did do his thing. He always does his thing. And I mean, it was directed by a woman, right? So I'm always here for that. Yeah, Nia DaCosta. I'm always here for that. But I just thought the CGI kind of made it a little bit like unreal to me, because at first I was scared. I was like, ooh, but then once they started giving me all the blood and everything, I was like, okay.
Where we going with top 4, Jen? You got a 4 that you want to put at top 4 that you want to advocate for?
Dune.
Anybody?
I still haven't seen that one.
I've seen it a couple times. I fell asleep on it a couple times.
Come on.
Because here's the only thing, they're comparing it to like Star Wars, and I'm like, I mean, it's okay, comparable. And that's fine, but if for me, I have to be in a certain
mind frame.
Oh, no, you definitely have time.
Yeah, you got to.
You definitely have to. That Dune is one of those films where you really have to sit down and pay attention to a lot of, because Villeneuve, he goes in layering the story and adding details and building suspense. Like, he really puts in work, so you might have to sit down and watch it a couple of times. Like, and it's it's gonna run you like 2 hours and 30 something minutes. So
right. It's 2.5, but
it's a very, 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 very slow build.
Yeah.
Right. And the build is, and this is why it didn't hit for me. It's so slow, and I personally don't like that type of slow, that type of build. But I can deal with it if it ends, like if it has an end. but it just slow build. Boom, there's a part 2, and that shit just turned me off, and that's what made me not want to put it there, right? Like because they didn't tell you that, like they don't say that, but it's just this slow build, and it's like, yes, we're about to get that nice finish, and then it ends, and we have a part 2 that's coming. That's probably going to be another slow build. So that's what kind of threw me off of it.
I don't mind the slow builds. I like viewing.
I think the payoff at the very end in 2025 is going to be sweet.
She's dead ass too.
Part 4.
She's dead ass.
She's dead ass. I know she's dead ass. That's why it's funny. Because I'm not even gonna watch it in 2025. Because think about, you have to watch it over to get.
For sure.
I
also watch franchise movies. Sometimes you have to rewatch because you get lost. It happens. Franchise movies you have to come back sometimes.
But I also feel like the first Dune just wasn't what it's been hyped up to be. If that makes sense too.
The old Dune?
The old Dune. The original Dune. The original Dune. Right. I just feel like it also didn't have it. So
it didn't have it. I think people know that.
That I heard. Yeah, that
it didn't have it, and that's because he tried to do everything in one, and that failed. So it's either you take your time, you slow it down, or you push everything into one and you fail.
They got the right guy for it. Like my favorite Villeneuve movie is Prisoners by far. Prisoners was like that's slow build, but it's so
chills.
It's like it just never stops building. So
I get chills listening to the soundtrack. Shit's great.
I love that. Yeah, they love Beasley. They love that slow grind, slow build shit. I can't stand that. I want something to die 5 seconds into the movie or leave me alone. Say the N-word or something. You know what I mean? Like, like get my attention, son. Like, do something, bro.
You don't appreciate true art.
That's what they would probably say, but no, I can't do it. So all right, so y'all agreeing with that to be in number 4?
What's that? Dune?
Dune, yeah, I'm not.
No, Dune.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not there. Number 4.
I didn't see it yet, so I can't really.
Look at Jay.
Hey, wow.
Jen,
I was going to advocate
saying
for
that because I ain't seen it. That's
I was going to advocate for it. So.
Okay. Some of the movies that I have on my honorable mentions, like you said you didn't see.
I got hella shit on my honorable mention, bro.
I had Venom in my honorable mention. I had Mitchell's versus the Machines in the honorable mention, but I didn't put them in. I put them in the top 4.
Bro, I got Army of Thieves up here. I got Outside the Wire up here.
Army of the Dead was in my honorable mention.
I got Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Free Guy was dope.
I got Malcolm and Marie up here. I thought that was dope. That was shot.
That wasn't this year. That was this year.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
No, I think that was.
It had to be January, man. That was
2021. It was 2021.
Yeah, I think it was at the beginning. Jen, did you see that movie, Malcolm and Marie? What was your thoughts on that?
Boring. It was boring. That was boring. And I was very excited. I was very pumped. I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. And I was
go back to that slow builds, and there you go. So, I mean,
but I fuck with the slow build, but like, where was the build? There was no build. It was just this the whole time.
I appreciated it for what it was.
I was like, maybe again, a little this, but they shot
it. They shot it in COVID, so that's why I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not being.
And
too
that was
harsh.
great. And like Zendaya and John David Washington had parts in the script, and they were together. All that beautiful, good job. But like, it wasn't really giving that much. I was not impressed with the script.
I liked it for what it was. It was just like a perspective and just open lens and just to that relationship and exactly.
For what it is, it's fine. But I think I went in with higher expectations than I should have, especially for Zendaya and John David Washington. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it, and then it's not it. So
I agree with you. I thought it was trash. I agree with you. I thought it was trash. I didn't even put it in my honorable mention. I might even put that in my worst.
I might too. Because
yo, you see how you trying to troll, Gills? You see how you trying to troll?
How am I trolling? How am I trolling? I agree. I don't know how I'm trolling. I just
gave 3 reasons why it was trash.
3 reasons why it was trash.
I'll tell you right now. Script.
1, I can't stand the slow build.
No. I said you gave 3 reasons why. I didn't say for you to list.
Like, you list them right now.
Yeah, I can list more than 3.
I
already know his number 1.
I don't like the way that nigga was dressed.
It wasn't a black director. It was
wasn't a black director.
Yeah, that's a
big thing for me. I'm happy y'all know me, man. I love y'all, man. I'm happy y'all know me, man, because I hate that shit. Go ahead. What's number 5?
Fatherhood.
I'm gonna go
All
King
right.
Richard before Fatherhood. I'm gonna go
Put
King
your
Richard.
bullshit
I'll
Richard
give you
before
King
Fatherhood,
Richard.
too.
I'll give you King Richard. Yeah.
So okay, you know how this shit don't make no sense? You guys were ready to put it at 3. It didn't make it at 3, and now it doesn't even make the list.
Hey, we were ready. We were asking. We were
Get
asking
out
if
of
you
here.
wanted
Get
to
out
put
of
it
here.
at
Get
3.
out of here.
I didn't vote for it.
That don't make sense.
I
It don't
didn't
make
vote
no
for it at
sense.
3.
Nobody.
That
It had
make
no
no fucking
votes.
sense.
It
I'm not
had
putting.
no
That make
votes.
no
I'm
sense.
not putting.
That make
I'm not
no
putting
sense.
Kevin Hart
No
at 3.
votes.
Kevin Hart's not at 3, bro.
He ain't off the list.
He off the list, bro.
Y'all put Dune above Kevin Hart? Okay.
I did.
I'm done.
I hated Dune.
Uh,
It
bro.
is what. Hey,
First
we
of all,
I
had
hated
that
Dune,
discussion.
bro.
Nobody
Don't worry.
wanted
Nobody
it.
hated
Nobody
it.
wanted
Better
to
than-
vote.
has
I'm gonna
spoken.
take my
Nobody-
personal feelings out of this. I'm
Yo,
gonna take my
Dune
personal
wanted to
feelings out.
vote.
Dune
Is
is not
Fatherhood
better.
even certified?
Dune is not better than Fatherhood. Dune
Was
was
Fatherhood
not
even
better than
certified?
Fatherhood.
Fatherhood certified.
Yes,
right?
it was certified.
Yeah,
Okay,
Fatherhood was certified.
Okay.
Dune is not
Craziness, Jen.
certified. Dune wasn't
Y'all are
certified.
haters.
Dune wasn't certified. So you know what? Fatherhood goes 4.
Oh my god.
Man, I can't wait till Sicario 3 comes out. So like, man,
Fatherhood goes 4.
What?
Yo, good
It's
choice,
not-
Reggie.
it's not- it's
Fatherhood
not- it gotta
goes
be
4.
It gotta be certified. It's gotta be certified.
It gotta be certified.
What does that
Dune-
even mean?
all right.
Dune wasn't certified.
That means the panel went through.
The panel
The panel went
through.
through, reviewed it, and it got the stamp.
Everybody
We
got
never-
it. Got
we
the
never
top
reviewed it.
stamp.
But if we, you know what, never mind. I'm not
Sorry.
gonna get into that. All right, number 5. Number 5 is
Dune. Come on.
I don't vote for Dune at number 5. That's too high. I give it like 7 or 8.
I haven't seen
7
it.
or
Yet,
8.
I'm rolling with
First
King
of
Richard.
all,
If we had a top 10, it'd be in top 10. Low top 10, like 11.
I can't vote on a movie I ain't seen. So.
I haven't seen it, Jen. I'm gonna be real with you. That's why I was against it. I'm sorry.
we need some homework here, okay?
Yeah, facts.
We need homework.
Yeah.
all right. So
I'm gonna check it out.
King Richard is at number 5, right?
Terrell's fed up.
Are we going?
I'm not fed up. I'm just, y'all
we
some
going to
hating
10?
ass niggas. Nah, we going to 5. We
Five,
going to
okay,
5.
okay.
I
Hold on.
wanted to.
Go ahead, Terrell. What you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna list off a couple more honorable mentions.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let's hear that
All right.
honorable mention.
I wanted to mention Fast 9 because it was a big step up from the other Fast and Furious films, and
I'm putting that over Dune.
You put that over. I can respect that, but
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We're fighting. We're about to
It was
fight.
exciting. It was exciting.
even though them niggas was outer space doing all types of outlandish
Dune was
shit.
out of space too.
But it was OD.
Yo, that's your argument.
Dumb
That's
niggas
your argument.
was driving off a cliff. A fucking grappling hook shot out from under the car and grappled the other side.
Hold
of
on,
You
man.
know
I
what
ain't
you know what
see
you're
it
getting
yet.
into.
I ain't see it.
That's on the commercial.
Yo, you know what
I
you
ain't
get
even-
into. You know what
That's
you
on the
get into when you watch Fast 9, though. So that's why. But to what you said, the stories in Fast 9 was way better than what it usually is.
It was, yeah.
The action was way better. And once you accept that you're gonna get that superhero fantastic bullshit, it's a lot more entertaining to watch films. Because like we said, I went into a completely different mindset. Then I'm not going into the same mindset as Fast 9 with Dune and vice versa.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to compare certain stuff, obviously it couldn't be completely comparable just off the facts of their completely different films. But if I wanted to just strictly to the basics of, was I entertained? Was a story fulfilling enough? Things like that, acting and stuff. I'm definitely going with Fast 9.
Fire. Also, what did y'all overall think of the Godzilla versus Kong film?
That wasn't really on my radar.
That's cool.
Okay.
I don't like that white savior shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think that was it. Yeah, that was all my honorable mentions. I already said without remorse. Yeah, I said a couple before. Free Guy.
Yeah,
Free Guy. I wasn't mad at Free Guy.
Free Guy was dope. The writing was amazing.
Yeah,
the writing was very good.
Yeah, it was actually surprising how good the writing was.
Wait a minute. Let me do my research. Hold up. Who the hell wrote this?
Did I see that movie Vacation Friends with John Cena? This is not on my list or honorable mention or anything, but I just wanted to. I watched it and I thought it was hilarious. I just wanted to know if y'all seen it.
Matt Lieberman. Okay.
It's pretty funny. Got John Cena. What's the black dude that was in Get Out? The friend from Get Out. That became
Lil Rel Howery.
Yeah, Lil Rel. Yeah, he was in it. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he was in Free Guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in Free Guy.
And fatherhood.
And he turned
And
it.
fatherhood.
Wow.
He getting some work. He getting some work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
this
did
dude's
that
fire.
work.
No love for Quiet Place? That's crazy.
Nah,
No,
nah.
I'm sorry.
I'll give it.
No, Quiet
Ooh.
Place Part 2 was not up to speed.
No?
No.
Why? Why?
Compared to the first one, oh my God, that first one was so good.
I mean, yeah, but
Top.
Shut it down, Jen. Shut it
The
down,
second one-
Jen.
The second one was up there. The second one was definitely up
second
there.
was definitely
Yeah, I don't
good.
know. Why? Why don't you think it was here?
She wanted more John Krasinski. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's
what it was. That's what it was.
Probably.
Nah,
You right.
chill.
Low key.
You're right. You're right. That's definitely what it was. That's definitely what it was.
No.
Yo.
Yup.
I low key
Where's
feel
he
like
at?
I low key feel like you took the words right out of her mouth. Like I low key feel like that's what you did.
Don't call me out like that.
A big Office fan, I see. Okay, I see what's going on here. So.
All right, guys. So we had a great discussion, but we came to the conclusion of our top 5. We got Judas and the Black Messiah in the number 1 spot. We have The Harder They Fall number 2. We have Candyman as number 3. Fatherhood is number 4, and for number 5 is King Richard. Honorable mention for Dune. Honorable mention. You gotta mention Dune. You gotta put Dune in there. All right. Dune
That's a
was
strong
phenomenal
top 5.
film.
I think that's a strong 5. That's definitely a strong 5.
Most definitely. But thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you for tuning in. Glad you have you guys tuned into the episode. Check us out on all platforms. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we are out.
Certified real.
Hey, I'm a little excited.
You heard it here first. Certified Real. Everybody.
You are now listening to Real Talk Podcast.
This is Certified